Reads the head-to-head stats, and 7 of those meetings have occurred in the
42.
last 3 years, with White winning 6 of them.
Yeah, just the one this year so far. That was a 6-4 victory in Wigan back in February.
53.
Did beat him in a final last year on the Pro Tour. Also enjoyed victory against him at the European
51.
Championship back in 2017. Now, 20 for tops. Once the first start out of the way, that should be okay.
Game shot the first
It is okay. More than okay. Good start for Ian White.
Yeah, and look, after the massive disappointment of last weekend for Ian White, where he was beaten by Karel Sedlacek, missing 32 darts at double, he started yesterday against Jeffrey Desvan by mucking about on double 5 and double 1 again, and he was visibly relieved to nick that leg. And then he settled down and got better and better. To start with a very, very typical Ian White 14 dart leg, that doesn't look good for Darren Webster, because you know he can just keep on
29.
motoring along like that.
Well, that didn't look good for Darren Webster either. Score of 29 is not going to help his cause. With White looking to strike and looking to perhaps
96.
this weekend double his tally of Euro Tour titles, having won one last year.
Certainly a possibility, and if it's going to happen anywhere this year, then you would think here, where he has some very good memories, might be the place. Because last year, Ian White, yes, he was well beaten, but by a stunning performance in the semi-finals by Michael Smith.
140.
But he'd just beaten Van Gerwen 6-2. He'd beaten Chizzy 6-0 with 106 average. Seen off Cameron Menzies to start his campaign. He's in again. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. 174 to leave double 16. And Darren Webster is in danger of being taken out of this game entirely in the opening stages.
Double 8. Double 4.
28.
It doesn't even matter that he's missed because Webster is stranded way back.
And you require 4.
Double 2 then for 2-0. Little bit awkward. Deciding to go to the left. Is that the right decision?
No score.
No, it wasn't.
Sure.
But Webster still stranded way back. He'll be leaving some kind of finish this time around, but
58. And you require
still
4.
a big ask. 3-figure combination. Should White continue to falter?
Oh my.
No score.
He's getting further away.
And you require 118.
Webster is slowly getting closer. He's quite close now.
98.
Not close enough. Have another go, Ian.
Well, that would have been an absolute mugging. And look, with the way that Ian White is not even getting close to double 2, it might yet happen.
Well, he should go for 2 double 1s, I think.
There we go.
Ian White.
Well, Ian White, he had his nervy leg in the first leg yesterday. He's had a nervy leg in the second leg here.
Yeah, problem for Darren is that he applied no pressure at all.
Well, he'd given up on that leg, hadn't he? And he paid the price there because he only got 1 dart for it. And had he been actually at it a couple of visits prior, rather than just going, oh, well, I'm not going to win it, then he might have got more opportunities.
As the number 2 seed, of course, Ian White is in the opposite half of the draw to the number 1 seed, which is Michael Van Gerwen, the man that White has beaten here.
81.
On each of the last 2 years, victories of 6-1 and 6-2.
Yeah, so semi-finalist last year, semi-finalist the year before as well. Again, beating Van Gerwen in the quarters. did it 6-1 with 104 average. But that weekend again, it was a 107 average against Mervyn King, 103 average against Warwick Sheffer. Do you remember him, the South African? But it was Benito van der Pas who did for him in the semi-finals.
140.
So I suppose the bonus for Ian is if he does go and make the semi-finals, he knows Benito and Michael Smith aren't here to ruin his weekend. Although Gerwin Price, Rob Cross could be.
And Ian White has been there or thereabouts most of this year. You mentioned the horror show that he had over Easter.
180.
Webster lands a maximum to make sure he will be waiting if White can't go out here.
14s. Leaves the bullseye.
99.
Oh, you saw the ring move.
100.
Treble 20 then for Webster. And now surely he'll look at two double tops. He's found one of them, but he can't find the other. And it missed by a margin as well. Just not really happening for Darren Webster, is it?
Would have been some leg of darts that. 180, 100 out with two double top. This time he goes 17 double four. Yesterday he was going 9 double 8.
Damage on the third leg.
Yeah, and it's taking it out, so it doesn't really matter, Dan. But having just missed so many darts at double two, you'd think he'd try and stay as far away from that particular target as possible.
Well, I suppose he'd started that previous leg going at 16s and 8s, hadn't he? Thought, cut out the middleman, let's get down to 2 as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no time for small talk.
$100.
Yeah, I was just saying before, White has been there or thereabouts this year. He's made quarterfinals on several occasions, lost in a final in Wigan earlier this year, back-to-back semis in Barnsley as well. It has just been the on-stage stuff where Ian White hasn't really had a deep run. It would be his first quarter-final of the year on the stage this year. Lost in the first round of the Masters.
57.
His first appearance at the UK Open, or came into the tournament a little bit later in that one. And the last 16 of the German Darts Championship. And last weekend's immediate exit followed
100.
one at the European Darts Open as well.
Yeah, but you look at that floor stuff, the Players' Championship stuff, and he's just doing what Ian White does.
That was when he lost, to be fair, to a very inspired Justin Pipe.
Yes, and that was a strange old game, wasn't it?
He's knocked the one off.
81. Darren, you 104.
Webster.
Okay, tops again.
64.
The first start this time was very similar to the second one last time.
Double 20 for double 10. Moving up towards the double top. And now looking at the double top. And now looking at a 4-0 lead. And Ian White is just 2 legs away from making it 10 wins out of 11 against Darren Webster. And there is still a chance that he could emulate the 6-0 whitewash he produced against him, 5 years ago now, in a tour event when they played it at the Rico in Coventry.
Yeah, the football might be all that Darren Webster has to smile about this weekend. Come on, Darren, where are you? Let's be having you, Darren.
60.
Well, just a little bit flat, isn't it?
Yeah, can't seem to get anything going. Perhaps that attempt at tops might have sparked something for the demolition man, but he's the one being demolished.
$41.
They seem to put no effort into that last start and then be extremely frustrated at the outcome.
Yes. The absolute picture of focus there, Ian White, though. 180, number 2.
60. 60.
Well, he needs to fill this up just to get to a finish, Darren Webster. He doesn't look likely.
Well, I think he's perhaps thinking about, if you were allowed to do it, just conceding the match at this stage and offering the early handshake and wandering off, because it's just not happening at all.
Looks like we are going to see Stokes number 1 versus Stokes number 2 in the quarterfinals.
60.
Well, that will be one half of the draw completed, where all of the top seeds have made it through to the last 8.
Yeah, and a stark contrast to last weekend, where in the half of the draw away from Van Gerwen, none of the top seeds made it through to the quarterfinal stages.
Tops. Double 10.
46.
But once again, White messing around on the doubles, and Darren Webster stranded
70.
back in the 200s.
Required 10.
Creative use of the bullseye to make sure he leaves a finish, but Ian White could be 2 for double 4, and he's shaking his head there. I think Darren Webster is holding a sort of post-game discussion with himself before the game has finished.
Leg, Ian White.
And all Ian White can do is shake his head, pin the double, and move to within a leg of a whitewash.
Yeah, well, it was all going fine for Darren Webster, wasn't it, until the ref called game on.
Yeah.
So the other half of the draw will start after a very short interval. Peter Wright meeting Dave Chisnell.
60.
Winner here a couple of years ago, Snake Bites. Then it's Mensa Suljovic against Darrell Gurney. James Wade against the UK Open champion Nathan Aspinall.
85.
And then the Dutch darting duel between MVG and RVB to bring an end to this afternoon's proceedings.
$97.
Well, in a tournament where Ian White has consistently produced excellence, this may be his biggest margin of victory with one of his least impressive displays. Silly game, isn't it, darts?
180.
Times it's made to look a very simple game as well. Webster might
136.
get a leg on the board, but Ian White could stop him in stunning style.
2 treble 19s. He's got one of them. Oh, very nearly.
121. Darren, you've got 40.
Double 10. Double 5 to avoid the whitewash.
And shot the 6 leg, Darren Webster.
Webster wins a leg.
7 leg is Ian to throw first. Game on.
Well, the comeback's on.
I'm not sure what the last start was about from Diamond White in the previous leg.
48.
Caught Kirk Bevins off guard.
$137.
It was a 15 dart time. He left 40 after 12 darts, Darren Webster, which is something he's not been doing in this game. So maybe there is a little bit of life in this. I'm not sure I can see him winning 6 legs on the spin, but...
Well, you did make the point, Dan, that it's White's worst performance on that stage, and if someone is going to reel off 6 consecutive legs against Ian White here, it would
going to be right now.
Yeah, when he's playing like he's playing.
$100.
Although Adrian Lewis was not at his brilliant best in his win against John Henderson either.
140.
It was a very interesting section of the draw. See who would come through. I think most people would make the winner of the Price Cross Clash favourite to go on and reach the final.
Well, certainly, but I mean, when you look at
92.
Look at the Pro Tour stuff.
41.
Rob Cross, Gowen Price, Ian White. They are the 3 guys, along with Michael Van Gerwen, who are averaging more than anybody else on the tour this year in the Players' Championship stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, White perhaps does get missed a little bit just down to the fact that he's not in the Premier League.
60. Darren, you require 60.
People don't know how good this man is. They need to learn.
Another leg.
40.
Well, if it is to be another leg for Darren Webster, he needs to rely on Ian White not taking out the Shanghai shot.
Darren Webster, his favourite double is double top. He's not managed to hit it all game, apart from one double-double attempt where he couldn't get the second one.
80.
Well, his eyes will have lit up when he saw White wander into the treble one.
Shot the centre flag. Darren
Was
Webster.
Webster wandering his way back into this match?
Game on. $57.
Well, he's 1-2 on the spin. Could sneak his way back in, just...
Has he got into this match by giving up?
Well, I mean, look, we have seen that happen in the past, haven't we?
Jamie Lewis mentioned it at the World Championship this year.
Against
Was it a match
Darryl Gurney.
Yeah, Darryl Gurney.
Won the game, accidentally. Bizarre stuff, but maybe Darren Webster could skirt under the radar. I mean, he's skirt under any radar. He's 4 foot tall.
60. $140.
Ton 40. You'd be expecting Ian White to leave himself a finish after the next visit as well.
135.
It's just a sort of Ian White leg. It doesn't have to be the flashiest stuff in the world, but if he's leaving himself a 2-dart checkout after 4 visits, or even on a double after 4 visits, you're going to win legs.
100.
Well, that could be that
41.
for Darren Webster. He's handed another gift wrap chance to Ian White.
He'll stay up on the treble 20s here, even if the first one's pinned, I think.
$99.
Well, didn't find the 25 he was after, so he may only get 1 dart at a double when he returns.
$81. And you require 62.
But Ian White, the result has not really looked in doubt since he went 4-0 up. The question was, what was the margin of victory going to be? The man who's made semi-finals in this tournament the 2 previous times it's been staged
46.
is still looking for his spot in the quarterfinals.
And Darren Webster needs the 57. Can't find it.
34. And you require 16.
And in truth, just hasn't been able to find it in this match. Surely now Ian White will seal the deal.
And finally, he gets the job done. A 6-2 win for the Diamond. The back-to-back semi-finalist is looking to make it 3 semi-finals.